going to show you exactly how you can add $30,000 to your business. Like you see here, we added max 6 high ticket deals, which rounds up to about $30,000 per month.
You can see like with the average number of views like consistently going up. We closed somewhere between 10 and 15 deals from YouTube since we started. That'll amount to over 6 figures in revenue.
But we just only haven't helped Max. We've also used this same YouTube sales funnel system to add people like the growth partner, 115K in 115 days. We did all of this without being cringe, and I'm going to be breaking down literally the entire process in the video. I'm not gatekeeping anything, and let's get straight into it right now. So as you can see here, this was before working with Max. So essentially, he was doing the entire process himself. He had basic ideation and thumbnail packaging, and he wasn't closing enough deals through YouTube. And I'm going to show you exactly how we changed that. And if you look at our channel now, there is a clear difference. You can see our videos. We have this video at 15K plus views, tons of outliers. This Hormozy video, Daniel Dalen video. We're now implementing vlogs on the channel, but we have tons of outliers. You can see just within our first 45 days, we added 2K subscribers and 88,000 views. The channel is now at 10K subscribers. So I'm going to be breaking down the entire sales funnel system so you can see how to actually add high ticket deals with your small YouTube channel as well. And simply put, the YouTube sales funnel is extremely simple. Max just trusted my lead, and what we wanted to happen happened. I'm going to literally talk about what we did here in our onboarding strategy doc and how this funnel actually works below. So simply put, we first post some YouTube videos, and then that drives people to his agency offer, and then obviously they hop on a sales call and close. This can work for agencies, this can work for info business, course creators. It doesn't really matter. If you have an online business selling a high ticket or even low ticket product, you can use YouTube to scale your business, and we are working with multiple people in many different niches to do this. So when Max came on to working with us, I identified the main 3 areas where I know he needed help. So he needed help with his packaging, his titles and thumbnails, making sure we leverage high YouTube video ideas so we can supply the demand of what his ideal customer profile actually wants to know, so that we can position content right in front of who he wants to sell to. And this is basic human psychology. I'm going to talk about later how we come up with our video ideas so we can actually turn these ideas into collected high ticket deals. And last but not least, adding a consistent editing style that actually appeals to our ideal customer, which is something he didn't have prior. We also tapped into things like Max's unique competitive edge in his market, which I'm going to talk about how you can tap into your competitive edge so you can stand out and allow that to bleed through your content so you can have people actually resonate with you and trust you enough so they are enticed to buy your high ticket product. And I'm not the type of person to lie about any situation. Max's channel was doing good before us coming on. He was closing some deals, but my goal is to take his channel, like you see here, from good to great, and that's exactly what we did. And I'm going to break down the funnel right now, so let's get straight into it. So how does this YouTube sales funnel work? How are we able to get 2,000 subscribers, 6 high ticket deals, and 88,000 views in just a 30 to 45 day time frame? And I am going to touch on how to come up with video ideas, how to do your titles, thumbnails, all that in detail stuff, but let me break down the funnel of how you should actually be posting your content and also give you live examples of the videos that we made and how they were able to stand out. First things first, it comes down to top of funnel content. And with this top of funnel content, this is going to be how you get your broad appeal in the market and basically bring as many people into the funnel as possible. Typically, these are going to be your most viewed videos. So you can see here, we did this free course that has 16K plus views. We did this trend jacking idea for Hormozy, 5.1K, and this video was 6.5K featuring Daniel Dalen. So with these ideas that I generated for Max, literally all these ideas you see up here are ideas that I gave to Max, and we're like, these are going to be our top of funnel videos, and this is what is going to be able to actually grow our audience and nurture people down the funnel, getting them to the middle of funnel content and bottom of funnel content. And this is one of the things I actually told Max prior to working with him was our ideation. And then the second thing, which I'm going to talk on later in this video, is how to actually bring in Max's competitive edge and allow that to bleed through his content. But let's focus on the funnel for now. And basically, you're just using this top of funnel content to grow your audience. That's all it is. So you're going to go with the broad approach so that you can grow your audience. And this is how you get more eyeballs, like you see this person here looking at the top of funnel. Then we have middle of funnel content. So with the middle of funnel, at this point, with the middle of funnel, your goal is to really nurture people. Like, you want to be able to nurture whoever is coming into the funnel. And the way you do this is with how to type videos or explainer tutorial type content. So you can see here, we have watch me actually write and design e-commerce brand emails. And once again, this is a how-to video explaining, or this e-commerce email strategy made me $40 million. In these videos, Max is breaking down his strategy. He's giving away the farm and then selling the implementation. So he's breaking down all his strategies in this video. And I'm going to touch on more of what we actually did in the video, but right now I'm just breaking down the funnel. And then bottom of funnel videos are essentially going to be the videos you really use to convert your audience and actually get them to buy your stuff. So this can be like, we have case study interviews, so client interviews here, or it can just be videos that have super niche, deep insights. So like this video here, this is a super niche, deep insight video. I just say NDI. We have a live audit. He basically live audited one of his brands that he's consulting. And then we have here is a client case study interview. Even though it only has 1K views, since these videos are meant to convert, those 1K views are literally majority of his ideal customer. And then watching that content is what allows him to actually go ahead and close high ticket deals. And once again, we closed max 6 high ticket deals in only a 30 to 45 day time frame. We've been working together now for 3 months. So you can imagine how many deals it's been now. And we're gonna have a client case study interview coming out with Max Intel soon to actually break down all the numbers, all the revenue, so you guys can see this is not just a lie. And this is why YouTube works so well. You can see Hormozy said 60% of his most qualified leads come from YouTube, and he labeled it an S tier when it comes to converting leads. And if you want to be able to, tap into that data, it's all due to this YouTube sales funnel system. And you can go ahead and implement this for your channel right away. Once again, I actually am going to tap into how you can actually come with the ideas, how you can make your titles, your thumbnails, your scripts, so you can actually plug it into this funnel. So let's go ahead and tap into that. All right, so now this is probably going to be the section in the video with the most amount of sauce. I'm going to be breaking down, like you see here, ideas, titles, thumbnails, scripts, video editing, SEO optimization. But also the main important thing I think is how do you actually stand out on YouTube, and how do you actually book calls? So first things first, I'm going to talk about competitive edge. I think one of the main things that you have to add into your YouTube channel is your competitive edge. But the main thing about tapping into your competitive edge and allowing it to bleed through your content is that it cannot be something that is fake. And I told this to Max when we were onboarding him with our onboarding docs. What is your competitive edge? And me personally, what I realized about Max's stuff, he's actually running a 7-figure agency and helping his clients scale. So we want to be able to show the live examples of the emails that they're doing, actually tap into the revenue dashboards that they're showing for their clients. What are the real things that they're doing? How can we actually show this live and portray this? And that's why you see, if I zoom in here, we're implementing a lot of live content, or content where he's actually doing the action in public. So he's designing the emails here. You can see here he's breaking down the dashboard. Live audit right here. Right here is doing an interview with his head of ops. So like all these videos are the type of stuff that our ICP really wants to watch. And I'm going to be breaking this down at a deeper level for you guys. Because on top of tapping into that competitive edge and allowing it to bleed through your content for whatever the competitive edge could be for you, could be you guys use AI. But definitely figure out whatever your competitive edge is and apply it in your content like that. But besides that, the factor of actually booking calls comes down to being able to, your ideas, titles, thumbnails, all this stuff is to speak to your ICP and have it be sophisticated. So if you see this thumbnail here that we did, you can see we have a revenue chart, but you can also see we have the Klaviyo logo, Shopify logo, ChatGPT logo. This looks like a video that somebody in our niche would actually click on, and that's very important. Like, ask yourself, are you actually packaging your titles, packaging your thumbnails, scripting out your videos in a way that whoever you want to sell to is actually attracted to that? And once again, I'm actually going to break down how we do this for every single client, but I just want to touch on, you want to be able to position those things in that manner. And it all comes down to your ideal customer profile. So if you want video ideas, let me literally break it down for you. When it comes down to video ideas for us, it comes down to 2 things. One, what does our ICP want to watch? So one, what are the pains and desires of our ICP? Second, what are like sales calls objections that we can target in videos? For example, we have a video of like how to do email marketing in a short time frame. That's a sales objection that Max gets a lot, right? Because their company is busy, or Max is busy, or the founder is busy. How can they do it in a short amount of time? Third is inspo from people that are already crushing it inside of your niche or in adjacent niches. So I'm not going to leak too much, but if you come to Max's onboarding doc, you can see we broke down the pains, desires, fears, and motivators right here. And then right here, we're breaking down this competitors, taking screenshots, tapping into all this insight on their titles, thumbnails, video ideas, and also leveraging this alongside our ideation process. And I have other videos out on this, but for now, let's focus on this video and tap into all the data you can get here. So after you have your ideas, it comes down to title and thumbnail. So let's break down what this really means. So title and thumbnail, to me, first of all, you always want to show the desired outcome of your ICP in the thumbnail, because this is what's gonna get attention. And why I'm emphasizing that is because I think thumbnails is what actually gets attention, and then the title is what gets you the click on the video. And I'm gonna break this down with live examples from Max's channel. And then last but not least in this formula, before I break things down, it comes down to adding a bit of curiosity to the thumbnail so people can actually want to click. So this is the formula that I'm using for titles and thumbnail structures. So one thing you'll notice is that we're always speaking once again to our ideal customer profile, and the desired outcome is scaling their e-commerce brand. We have an e-commerce dashboard, e-commerce dashboard, e-commerce dashboard. You can see almost all of our thumbnails, you see a percentage increase or an amount of money in the title or thumbnail. And the way you want to look at it, once again, is if someone's scrolling on YouTube and they end up seeing your thumbnail, like boom, this video right here, email marketing is effing easy. Then they read the title. So the thumbnails caught their attention, but then they read the title, Alex Hormozi's $100 million email marketing strategy. Then like, okay, boom, now I'm curious. What is this strategy? How is it easy? So you can see there how we've been able to, mix in the formula of desired outcome, thumbnail gets attention, title gets the click, and then curiosity to, have our ideal customer clicking on our videos. But once again, it has to look sophisticated. You want to tie in your competitive edge if it's possible, like we're showing off the dashboards, which these are true results that Max are getting for his clients, or we're showing off brands that Max has helped, things of that nature, etc., etc. And you want to be able to show these throughout all your titles and your thumbnails. And when it comes to taking inspo from the channels that you identify, you just leverage their proven title structures. So you can see $40 million worth of e-commerce email advice in 40 minutes. This is a strategy. This is a title structure taken from Simon Squibb's most viral video. Or another thing we did on Max's channel that was huge was doubling down on what had already worked. And this is something you can definitely implement. So what I realized is that the live format works extremely well on his channel. And this is something I even wanted to implement way before I did his niche strategy. But watch me live audit a 400K per month email marketing strategy. And people really resonate and tap into that live essence. And that's something that we tapped into with our titles and thumbnails. Another proven title structure, watch me actually, and then, whatever the desired outcome of the ideal customer profile is. So those are things you can tap into. And I have a proven title structure sheet. If you guys want that, I can actually scroll through that right now so you guys can get access to it. But I've talked about it in other videos on my channel. So you guys can pause the video, take a screenshot. But here are some CCM proven title structures that we leverage. Obviously, this isn't all the sauce we have, but this will help you get your feet off the ground if you don't want to, work with us one-on-one just yet. And then next is something that people really sleep on. I feel like people start posting YouTube videos and they think that's the end all be all. But someone like Max is scaling because he's tapped into paid ads. He's leveraging his YouTube content in his email newsletter. He's leveraging his YouTube content on his IG, on his Twitter, on his LinkedIn. And this is exactly why he's able to win and go sign 6 high-ticket deals within his first month, or go and add 2K subscribers within his first month working with us. If you want to be able to amplify the skill, you must leverage this YouTube content on other platforms in the best way possible. Like for example, for our client Julia here, who we help make multiple 6 figures on YouTube, we're using our YouTube content because she has a huge IG audience, and we'll basically use this YouTube content, bring it to IG. It really serves as pre-call material. And at the end of the day, all your YouTube videos are like these mini VSLs that are just like helping people convert to your stuff. So be sure to actually utilize your YouTube content in your newsletter, on your social medias. And then once you mix that in paid ads, it's basically impossible to stop your offer if it's solid. So if you want to work with CCM, click the first link down below to book a call to talk to me. If you want to get results like the ones you see on the screen right now, these are all of our clients who have made over 6 figures using this YouTube sales funnel system. We handle the entire process, done for you: ideation, scripting, thumbnails, video ideas, literally everything, SEO optimization, anything you can think of. And yeah,